when a woman doesn't care anymore. There comes a moment in some relationships when a woman grows silent, not because she has nothing to say, but because she no longer sees the point in saying it. It's not bitterness. It's not pettiness. It's not drama. It's the quiet aftermath of trying, crying, explaining, hoping, and still being unheard. This is the story of a woman who doesn't care anymore, not out of hate, but from the exhaustion of loving too long without return. She didn't wake up one day and stop caring. Women don't just stop caring overnight. It's not a switch they flip. It's a slow fade, the gradual dimming of the fire that once burned brightly. She used to speak up when something hurt her. She used to fight for the connection, ask the hard questions, plan the dates, try to keep things together. Every silent treatment, ignored concern, or dismissed feeling chipped away at her emotional investment. By the time she stops caring, she's already been let down too many times. The warning signs were there. When she still cared, she argued. She asked questions. She wanted clarity. She craved intimacy, emotional and otherwise. Her efforts were often misunderstood as nagging or overreacting, but those were cries for connection. When she went quiet, when she started doing her own thing without checking in, when she stopped noticing the little things, those were not acts of rebellion. They were signs of release. When she doesn't care anymore, you'll know it not by her shouting, but by her calm. She no longer needs to prove a point. She no longer needs you to understand. The silence becomes her peace, and that peace no longer includes you at the center. She stops expecting anything. She doesn't look for texts or wait for calls. Her attention shifts, inward, forward, upward. She might still be there physically, but emotionally, she's gone. And what's scarier than a woman who's angry is a woman who's indifferent. It's not always the end, but it's a turning point. Sometimes, the moment a woman stops caring is a wake-up call. It's the final opportunity for the other person to reflect, take accountability, and genuinely change. But make no mistake, the damage has been done. Rebuilding trust with a woman who has learned to detach for the sake of her sanity is no easy task. It takes time, patience, humility, and consistency, not grand gestures, but real growth. To the woman who no longer cares, maybe you're reading this and nodding because you recognize yourself. You're not cold, you're just tired. You gave and gave and gave, and finally realized you had nothing left to pour into someone who never filled you back up. You're not wrong for walking away mentally before you do physically. You're not bitter. You're healing. You're not heartless. You just finally put your heart back in your own hands. Your peace matters. Your voice matters. And even in your silence, there's power. Never ignore a woman who is still trying. Her fight means she still cares. But when she goes silent, when she stops trying, when her tears dry up, that's when the relationship is truly in danger, because once a woman stops caring, she rarely goes back. Not because she can't, but because she won't. She's learned to love herself more. Subscribe for more.